it's a very interesting issue to be talking about today, because we're talking really about the deadliest war since World War II that's raging in the DRC, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and I think we can do something to help stop it. I have a sort of a personal interest because I lived in Kinshasa, in the Democratic Republic, when I was working for the State Department. It was my home base for an extended period of time, so I have a real feeling for the Congolese people. And they are wonderful, and what is awful, what is going on there is so awful that this is really from the heart as much as from the head about this is a good thing to do. Today we are introducing Conflict Minerals Trade Act in the House of Representatives. The Congo War is fueled by many things. We know that one of the biggest issues there that's fueling the conflict is the fight over minerals. The mines in the eastern DRC are valuable. The militias are fighting over them, plundering them and destroying local populations in the process. My wife and I visited eastern Kivu province last summer. We have friends running a hospital in Goma called Heal Africa. So I've seen it on the ground. The horrific violence being used to intimidate and shame the people living in these mining areas is really beyond comprehension or description. There's been some television specials about this, but they really don't tell you how awful it is. The militias are using child soldiers, wide-scale rape, and even slavery as tools of war in a conflict that has killed over 5 million people and affects millions and millions more. It will take many efforts to stop the war in the DRC. This isn't going to do it alone, but we can remove some of the fuel for this conflict. We can make these minerals in this part of the Congo not worth fighting for. The Conflict Minerals Act is carefully written to work for businesses in this globalized economy and to help the victims of violent groups. It says that companies who import goods containing conflict minerals into the United States must say so. They can do it, they just have to say so. The process for audits that's in the bill is designed to help industry to do their part. The bill will create transparency and allow consumers to make informed choices. It will make it easy for Americans to vote for peace, not for war in the DRC. The worldwide demand for these minerals is not going to go away until you and I throw our Blackberries and our cell phones and everything else away that use these minerals in very small amounts. And unless companies can clean up their supply chains to fight to control these minerals in the DRC, it won't go away either. The message is clear. There's a horrific situation in the eastern Congo right now, but we, United States Congress, American companies, our constituents, and consumers worldwide can do something about it. This is a war we can do something about.
This is a key issue. It's one where we can do something that has high value in saving lives, and we can do it at limited cost or exposure to us. This is modeled after the blood diamonds approach that really helped reduce the fighting and take the fuel away from the fire in West Africa, and we're modeling this in that same area to do this here, so that you go at those areas that people are doing mining operations and using slave labor and then using the income from the mining operations to fund the soldiers, to fund the fighting, and you're saying, we're going to take the money away from this. And we're going to do it by stop buying it. But we will buy it if you'll go through a legitimate license process that doesn't use inappropriate means to arrive at and give it the minerals. This is a proven technique. It has worked in other conflict areas. It can work in Congo, and it needs to work in Congo.
I'd like to thank Congressman McDermott, Senator Brownback, as well as the co-sponsors on both the Senate and House side. We hear a lot in Washington and around the country about the state of affairs and politics in Washington, and I think I really wish a lot of Americans could see what's going on here today. I think Congressman, Senator, their staffs, their co-sponsors have approached this issue intelligently, collegially. They've had an informed debate, and they've approached it from a bipartisan standpoint. And I think this is really a good example of what can get done with that kind of approach. And it's really appreciated that what they're trying to do is improve the lives of the Congolese, who really are the ones who should benefit from the minerals in their own soil. I think every consumer in the United States equally deserves to know whether their cell phone, whether their laptop, whether their BlackBerry is fueling one of the most deadly conflicts in the world or not. I think sunshine is invariably the best disinfectant, and this legislation, as well as the Senate version, really provides a very important step forward in establishing a system where we will know what is in our devices, what is in our electronics products, and what we can do about it. It allows consumers to make an informed choice. It allows industry to operate with a level playing field as the buy-in of the NGO community, of industry, and I think that is hugely important. So again, Congressman McDermott, Senator Brownback, thank you very much.